You might be wondering, why is it so hard to build good habits? Why is it so hard to feel truly healthy, let alone heal your gut? Why does escaping chronic GI issues feel like an endless uphill battle? Let me tell you something that took me years to figure out. You are not the problem. You are living in a world that's constantly trying to hijack your brain. From endless scrolling to ultra-processed foods to toxic productivity, you are surrounded by what I call the addiction industrial complex. A system designed to make you sick, stuck, and addicted to the very things pulling you away from healing. But here is the twist. The same brain science that made you addicted to those wrong things can be reprogrammed to make you addicted to the right ones. Today, I'll show you how. Hi, I am Bimal Maharzan, founder of Gutsphere. Welcome to the Gutsphere community. You will learn in this video how the addiction industrial complex hijacks your mind and gut, the exact brain wiring that creates habits, both the bad ones and the good ones. Step-by-step plan to build momentum, not just motivation, and how to design a life where discipline becomes your default. And also, we'll go deep into 7 pillars of gut health, not in isolation, but as a part of living system. And by the end, you will have a powerful framework, so powerful that you don't need to try harder, because being healthy will finally feel natural and even addictive in a good way. Let's begin. Every day, you make hundreds of tiny decisions. What to eat, when to move, when to stop scrolling. But here is the truth no one likes to admit. You do not have the free will in the way you think, not in this environment. Not when everything around you is designed to nudge you into choices you didn't consciously make. That's because your brain, our beautiful ancient brain, was designed to help you survive on the savannah, not to survive TikTok, takeout, and 10 tabs on your browser. In this modern world, your brain has been hijacked by dopamine. And dopamine isn't just about pleasure, it's about pursuit. It's the fuel for craving. You don't check your phone because it makes you feel good. You check it because your brain says, maybe this time something good is coming. And that craving loop, that endless maybe, was carefully designed by industries worth billions. Food, tech, pharma, entertainment. All of them have figured out how to tap into your biology to keep you hooked. This is the first truth we need to face. The odds were stacked against you. But once you see the system, you can begin to break it. You can turn the same psychology, the same dopamine, the same behavioral loops into your superpower. And that's exactly what we are going to do starting now. And if you are fighting just yourself, maybe willpower would be enough. But you are not. You are up against an empire. Food, pharma, tech, retail, wellness. Together, they form what I called before the addiction industrial complex. It's not a conspiracy. It's just simple capitalism. In a world where attention, consumption, and dependence are the most profitable currencies, addiction isn't an accident. It's the business model. These companies study your brain. They know how long you'll hover over a button, how your pupils dilate, how your mood changes before a binge. They are not just building products, they are designing habits. And they are using the most powerful tools of behavioral science. The nudge theory, subtly steering your choices without noticing. Priming, setting you up to think, crave, and act before you're even aware. Number 3, spatial memory, putting candy at eye level, not the broccoli. Number 4, friction design, making it easy to binge, hard to pause. And 5, salience, using bright colors, sound cues, flashing lights to hijack your focus. Number 6, temptation bundling, mixing pleasure with guilt to deepen the hook. 7. Habit stacking, attaching one addictive loop to another. 8. Automaticity, turning your cravings into reflexes. 9. Variable rewards, random wins that keep you coming back like a slot machine. And 10. Cognitive offloading, making you depend on them so you stop thinking for yourself. You didn't choose this battlefield, but you can learn to navigate it. You can reclaim the same tools, not to addict yourself, but to liberate yourselves. And it begins with understanding the loop. So how does addiction actually work? Strip away shame, strip away noise, and underneath it all, it is a loop. Trigger, it starts with a cue, a small notification, a smell, a feeling. You walk past a bakery, you feel lonely, your phone buzzes. That's the spark. An action. You react, often without thinking. You scroll, you snack, you skip. It's fast, it's easy, it's automatic. Number 3, reward. Dopamine, relief, a quick hit. Not real satisfaction, but just enough to keep coming back. This is where the brain goes, ooh, that worked, let's do it again. Number 4, investment. The more time, effort, or emotion you pour into the loop, the harder it becomes to escape. Your brain wires the path deeper, and your identity starts to form around it. That's number 5, identity. I'm a snacker. I'm not just disciplined. I can never stick to a routine. And just like that, the loop becomes your truth. But here is the twist. The same loop can be used to heal you. If it was designed to trap you, it can be redesigned to free you. What if your trigger wasn't anxiety, but your morning light? What if your action wasn't doom scrolling, but a 2-minute stretch? What if your reward wasn't a blood sugar spike, but a sense of momentum? What if your investment was in health and your identity became, I'm someone who takes care of myself. I'm someone who keeps promises to my gut. You don't break the loop by force. You rewrite it with design. And that's how we reclaim control, not by fighting the system, but by flipping it in our favor. You have probably told yourself this before. I just need more willpower. Or worse, I'm weak. I have no discipline. But here is the truth. Willpower is like a fire started. It helps you ignite the chains, but it's not what keeps the fire burning. Imagine trying to survive a winter night in the mountains. You have a match. You strike it. A flame flares up. But unless you have prepared the logs, the kindling, the windshield, that flame will die. The same is true with habits. Willpower starts chains because willpower is limited. It drains with decision fatigue, stress, sleep deprivation. It crumbles under pressure from your environment. And we live in a world designed to extinguish it. If your phone is full of dopamine traps, if your kitchen is full of processed junk, if your day is full of stress triggers, then willpower doesn't stand a chance. So the question isn't, how do I get more willpower? The question is, how do I build a system so that I don't need it at all the time? A system that reduces friction. A system that makes the right choice the easy one. A system that works even when you're tired or stressed or sad. And that's what we are building in this video. And that's how we fight back. Not with force, but with firewood. Earlier we talked about the addiction industrial complex. The trillion-dollar machinery that uses behavioral science to hijack your brain. But again, what I've told you, you could use those same tools to heal your habits. These aren't evil tools. They are neutral principles. Whether they are used against you or for you depends on who is in the control of the design. So let's take each of the 10 behavioral weapons used to trap you and flip them. Number 1, nudge theory. Big tech nudges you towards one more scroll, one more click. But you can design nudges too. Put your supplements next to your toothbrush. Keep your journal on your pillow. Make the right action the easiest to notice. Number 2, priming. Ever noticed how food ads make you feel hungry even when you are not? That's priming. You can reverse prime your day. Start your morning with intention, a mantra, a walk in sunlight, a journal entry. You prime your identity before the world primes your anxiety. Number 3, spatial memory. Ever walked into a room and suddenly want a snack? That's because your brain ties habits to places. Redesign your space. Eat only at the dining table. Stretch in a designated corner. One room, one purpose. That's how you rewire place-based triggers. Number 4, friction design. Addictions thrive on low friction. Health habits often suffer from high friction, so reverse it. Remove friction from the good stuff. Pre-chop your veggies. Put a yoga mat in a plain sight. And add friction to the bad stuff. Log out of social media. Don't stock junk food. Number 5, salience. What you see, you do. That's why junk food is always in the eye-level packaging. Make healthy habits visible and beautiful. Use a water bottle you like. Track streaks. Use visual habit trackers. The brain chases what shines. And number 6, temptation bundling. We often give it to the temptation because it's instantly rewarding. Flip it. Pair your good habits with a tiny treat. Stretch while watching your favorite show. While listening to a podcast. Now the brain starts craving both the good and the gratifying. 7, habit stacking. This is a superpower. Attach your new habit to an existing one. After I make my tea, I journal for 2 minutes. After I brush my teeth, I do 10 squats. You don't need more time, just more anchors. Number 8, automaticity. Addiction thrives on automation. So should health. If you repeat a healthy habit enough times, your brain will run on autopilot. The trick? Start small. Do it often. Reward it. Reflect on it. Track it. One day, you will do it without thinking. Number 9, variable rewards. Social media hooks you with randomness. That maybe I'll get something interesting. Itch. Use it wisely. Randomize your rewards for good behavior. Treat yourself differently each week. A walk in the nature, a movie night, a new recipe. The uncertainty keeps it fresh, but you control the reward. And number 10, cognitive offloading. The modern world overwhelms your brain, so offload it. Not into doom scrolling, but into design. Use checklist, habit apps, physical trackers like Gutsphere. Your brain's job is not to remember everything, it's to show up. These 10 tools aren't just theory. They are the code behind your daily lives. The addiction industry used them to make you sick. And you can now use them to make yourself unshakably healthy. Let's talk about your gut. Your gut isn't just a digestion tube, it's your second brain. You have over 100 million neurons in your gut, more than in your spinal cord. And those neurons are constantly talking to your real brain through the vagus nerve, sending signals about hunger, fullness, inflammation, even your emotions. And here is the twist. When you flood your body with processed food, irregular sleep, and constant stress, you are not just harming your gut. You are rewiring your brain. Studies show that ultra-processed food alters your microbiome in just 3 to 5 days. Disrupted circadian rhythms impair your gut lining and motility. And excess screen time reduces melatonin, delaying bowel movements and sleep. And over time, your body starts craving the very things that are making it sick. And so here is the cycle. Eat junk, gives you a dopamine hit, and that leads you to microbiome getting worse and poor microbiome, and that leads to increased cravings, lower mood, foggy brain. You reach for sugar, screens, and stimulants to cope. You spiral into guilt, bloating, insomnia, and repeat. And what happens to your gut health? Constipation, gas, bloating, GERD, IBS flare-ups, even inflammation linked to anxiety and depression. You feel stuck, you blame yourself, but it's not just a willpower problem, as we talked earlier, it's a design problem. But there is good news. As we talk about it, the same brain that got hijacked can be retrained. The same dopamine loops that fed addiction can be used to fuel transformation. And you don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You need a system that works with your biology, not against it. And that's what we are building next. And we use a behavioral loop that we talked about. Trigger, action, reward, investment, identity. We call it T.A.R.I.I. to make gut healthy habits automatic. Trigger, What cue starts the behavior? Action. What's the small habit? Reward. What makes it feel good? And 4, investment. What makes you return? And number 5, who are you becoming? Let's say your trigger, morning alarm goes off, and your action is you drink warm water with lime, and your reward is you feel lighter, it's all easy on your gut. And your investment is you track your daily streak, and your identity becomes you start saying, I'm someone who takes care of my gut. One small win becomes a domino, and habits multiply. And this is how you build momentum. Now let's look at how to apply T.A.R.I.I to each of the 7 core principles of gut and GI health. Number 1, poop optimization. The trigger can be morning squat on toilet stool, and your action is deep belly breaths plus squats, posture, and reward is complete evacuation. And your investment can be log in your gut journal. And 5, the identity is I'm someone who poops like a pro. And number 2, nutrition. Trigger is grocery list template, and action is prebiotic pack meal prep. And reward is stable energy plus no bloat, and investment is recipe sharing or gut tracker. And the identity is I eat to feed my microbes. And number 3, hydration trigger. So glass on the nightstand, and action is warm water with chia or salt lime. And reward is easier digestion, better bowel movement. And investment is morning streak reward. And identity is I hydrate for my gut the first thing. And number 4, stress and mood trigger. A trigger can be phone wallpaper equal to breathe. And action is 3-minute vagus nerve breath. And reward is calm belly, less urgency. And the investment can be track mood poop connection. And identity is I manage my mood, not let it manage me. And number 6, sleep. A trigger can be red light at 9. Action can be digital detox, gratitude journal. And reward is better bowel movement next day. And investment is sleep tracker. And identity is I recover like a gut athlete. And number 6 is movement. Trigger is morning playlist. Action 10 minutes gut motility walk. And reward can be gas relief, bowel regularity. And investment can be habit streak counter. And identity is I move for my microbes. And number 7, mind gut connection. Trigger is post lunch 2-minute pause. And action is body scan plus gut gratitude. And reward can be less stress, more presence. And investment is GI reflection log. Identity is I listen to my second brain. The system that makes gut health addictive in a good way. Let's put it all together now. Because it's not about doing these 7 things perfectly. It's about designing a system where they flow into each other, like dominoes. One small win triggers the next. And before you know it, your discipline becomes your default. We call this momentum-based living. And here's how it looks. Morning, activate the gut. Wake up and hydrate. The first win, warm water with lime or ginger. And the cue, the glass is waiting on your bedside table. That's salience plus spatial memory. Go poop with ease. Your body is ready. Squat tool in place. You're not forcing it. You're stacking success. Stack your supplement plus sunlight plus squats. You brush your teeth. Take your supplements. Do 10 air squats. Just 90 seconds. That's habit stacking with automaticity. Eat a gut-friendly breakfast. Fermented yogurt, chia seeds, or low FODMAP grains. Easy to grab, no thinking. You made it a default with cognitive offloading. Move while listening to something you love. That's temptation bundling. A walk becomes your podcast ritual. Now pause. You have hit 5 wins before 9 a.m. Your brain is already releasing dopamine for the right reasons. And on midday, maintain the flow. Lunch is pre-decided. Maybe it's your Monday stir fry. No decision fatigue. And bonus, you have already prepped the veggies during your favorite Netflix show. That's frictionless gut nutrition. Stretch or walk after eating. You feel lighter, digestion is better, you didn't scroll, you moved. And for 3 p.m. slump, you sip water, not soda. Because your bottle is front and center. The soda is buried behind the broccoli. That's environment design at work. And evening, wind down with intention. Dinner is smaller, simpler, and earlier. Your circadian rhythm thanks you. Phone goes away, red light comes in. You have primed your body for melatonin with light cues. And journal your gut wins for 2 minutes. I had no bloat today. I had energy after lunch. I pooped like a champ. That's your identity loop kicking in. You read fiction in bed. You fall asleep without doom scrolling. And your gut, your brain, your whole body begins to reset. Why this system works? Because every moment is a cue. Every action becomes automatic, and every small win feeds your identity. You are no longer fighting against yourself. You have designed your day to feel good, move well, and heal deeply. You are living inside a system that reinforces who you want to become. And that's the secret. Don't try to control your health with brute force. Design your environment. Stack your wins and let momentum carry you. Everything we have shared with you, dopamine, habit loops, environmental cues, these aren't just theories. They are the same behavioral science tools that made you addicted to the junk food and endless scrolling. But now you are the architect. You are not just someone trying to be healthy. You are someone who designs for health. You are not relying on willpower. You are running on momentum. And at Gutsphere, we believe in flipping the addiction script, making gut health addictive in a good way. One loop, one trigger, one identity shift at a time. Subscribe to Gutsphere and switch on the bell icon for the next video. And if you are ready to start today, download the app, link in the description. Your gut is your second brain. Make it your best friend.